All right, welcome back. After more than a decade in Afghanistan, Canadian troops are finally home. Mustafa Mustaan, a political analyst for Afghanistan, is joining us now in the studio to discuss the country's future. Now, this morning, we've had reports of that attack in Kabul where 9 people were killed, including 2 Canadians. So do you think that's indicative of Afghanistan's future? And if not, what do you see for your Afghanistan?
Well, it's so unfortunate for those families of these 2 victims of this violence in the country. But you can see how intense it is that we are having these casualties on hourly basis all around the country. So we have no report of actual casualty of the war for the last 12 years, and it's not allowed to be reported as well. But this is, something which is happening on hourly basis, and every family is mourning, for this.
All right, and you've been pretty critical of Canada's involvement in the past. What do you think Canada succeeded in accomplishing in their mission in Afghanistan?
Well, they were going to be successful if they had a policy or a plan to go there. But when you are having no clear plan, what are you going there for? And you have no clear vision. What are you going to achieve? If south of the border a pressure comes from there and we are just moving our troops all around the world, it's not feasible. You are putting your own soldiers at risk. Their families will be facing all these stress and stuff. And then you are going there, you not only achieve nothing, but also you will put more to the destruction of the country.
And where do you think Canadian troops specifically failed?
Well, there was, if there was any achievement, I would mention something, but there was no achievement. The only achievement they had was they had a team of strategic advisory team, which they were working with my team when we were working there. I was part of the team. They were working with us, but that was not allowed by American advisors as well to achieve anything. So we had nothing.
And do you think that the troops are leaving at the right time?
For Canada, it's good to get out of it because they would have had more casualty if they had stayed.
All right, and I understand that you actually had to flee Afghanistan, but you still do have friends and family there. So what are they telling you now about the situation there right now?
At any time I want to go back for a visit, what's their first advice? Don't come back. So the situation is so intense, and you would be targeted. And like for example, my father is still there, and he tells me not to come because it's not safe for me.
All right, and as far as what you think now is going to happen, do you have any, I know you made a report, do you have a prediction for Afghanistan's future?
Well, there are 2 to 3 possibilities, but the major ones are whether the U.S. will come up with a agreement with Taliban to bring them to power, as long as they are not going to touch their bases when they are staying in Afghanistan. The second one is to put a full-scale civil war, like Somalia. They will have their bases there, and they have already worked on it because they brought this local police militia. They are the criminals, the warlords, armed to teeth. They are doing whatever possible. It's just the Vietnamization of Afghanistan. So there would be a house-to-house war. One would be killing one person because of affiliation with Taliban. The other will seek revenge. So we will have a full-scale war.
So no matter what, a very intense situation. But thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts with us this morning.
You're welcome.